Arizona politics has never felt more high stakes, but the latest drama in Maricopa County is sounding a warning far beyond the state lines. The headline is simple: a fierce power struggle between the Republican-controlled Board of Supervisors and a Trump-allied county recorder, Justin Heap, could set a national precedent for how our elections are run. What's at the heart of the battle? Money, technology and, perhaps most ominously, control of the very mechanics that let citizens vote. The board denounced Heap as a danger to democratic norms after he refused to clarify whether the 2020 and 2022 elections were sound, a question that has already rattled voters across the country. The context is critical. Maricopa County is the nation's second-largest voting jurisdiction. In 2020, Joe Biden's narrow win in Arizona was followed by a wave of Trump-aligned challengers who clashed, sometimes violently, with election staff. The same week the county was the focus of a ripple effect of the larger national reckoning over election integrity. In 2021 a Republican-led recount was filed, and in 2022 Kari Lake's attempt to overturn the governor's race added another chapter to the mythology of fraud. The current struggle between an elected board curbing a political ally's authority mirrors Trump's broader strategy of targeting local election officials in hopes of undermining confidence in the ballot. The board has taken the bold step of pressing allegations against Heap that threaten a shift toward absolute regime control over everything from voter registration to early voting. The Washington Post, CNN, and other outlets have already begun tracking the escalation, which includes mentions of felony charges, a special prosecutor investigation, and fear-mongering tactics that have cracked down on veterans of the office. What does this look like on the ground? On Sunday, the July 21 primary went into full swing. Voters received ballots, went to polling places, and anyone who could question the outcome of the elections was left to confront an environment of confusion. The legal fight now beams the heart of a race where the national spotlight is on. Every vote cast by Midwestern swing voters could echo through the election maps, perhaps tipping the balance of a House that is already polarized. Looking to the future, the Maricopa saga hints at a larger wave. Local officials across the country are confronting the consequences of a national movement that tries to rewrite election law from the ground up. If the county recorder has the final say, what happens when the board's next meeting decides whether or not they will trust the transparency of the vote? Actively lobbying for rollbacks, the stakes are not just in Arizona but in the Constitution itself. In summary, the Maricopa County dispute is a microcosm of a national struggle, the fight for how we determine moral legitimacy in a democracy. The outcome of this battle will shape whether our elections become the electorate's whistleblower mechanistic record or a high-stakes forum for conspirators. The question remains, will the board's call for openness win, or will the record keepers dictate close the book on how the American people vote? That is a story that a nation can't afford to ignore. Thank you for listening. Stay curious, stay informed, and remember that the first step to democracy is an honest record. Until next time, this is your host signing off.